Hi there, Michelle Fryback here. This is my first YouTube video. I'm a therapist here in El Segundo, California. I surf, and so I'm Michelle the Surfshrink. Anyway, after all my sessions today, I thought I wanted to sit down and talk about something that seems to be a theme in my sessions. The theme that I found today is kind of about being authentic and genuine in our lives, and when we aren't, how that harms us, I guess. Myself included. I can think about relationships I've been in and how I didn't feel like I could really be myself in those relationships, and that I was tippy-toeing around and sort of hiding who I really am for fear of being rejected or abandoned or someone getting mad at me. And I remember in a particular relationship I was in many, many years ago, I had all kinds of like health issues as a result. I was having like digestive problems and a lot of anxiety, more anxiety than I've had in my entire life. And I think what I've learned since, because I wasn't a therapist back then, is that when we're incongruent in our lives and in our relationships, our bodies can tell us that. And I think it makes us kind of sick. And I think it causes anxiety. And so, even though it's really hard to be sincere and genuine and authentic in our lives, it's a good challenge. It's a good opportunity to grow. It's a good risk to take. I've seen about 7 clients today. I'm a little tired. And it seemed like a theme today. There were a lot of people in here talking about online dating and not being authentic in profiles and being disappointed when they meet someone and that person wasn't authentic, wasn't real, wasn't genuine, that what they presented in their profile wasn't what they met in person, and how disappointing that was. So there's that piece of it. There's the other piece of it I think I see a lot in couples therapy, where one person maybe is a people pleaser and they're busy trying to be what they think their partner wants them to be rather than who they really are. And I think it just hurts us in our life, like this life we have, we only have one life to live. And so if we're going to go through this life being someone we're not, that's painful. I find it's painful. I find it's painful for me to not be true to myself. And I find that when I get depressed sometimes, I'll notice, or I'm down, that I'm not really being true to myself. I'm not living my life the way my soul or spirit would want me to live it. And recently, actually, I've been approved to take a particular certification exam that makes me more of an expert in my field. And I was approved last summer, and I put this off, and I had a lot of anxiety about it and a lot of insecurities about it, and I'm not good enough. And I think I was really starting to feel more and more down and more flat and less passionate about the things I enjoy, like surfing and sailing and being outside and hiking. And I just was losing my passion for life, and maybe even losing myself. And so about a couple months ago, I committed to a date for this test. And ever since, I feel like I've sort of reconnected with my soul, and I've been more true to myself. And the procrastination that I was engaging in wasn't a way to be authentic with myself. It was a way for me to just avoid facing a fear, avoid failure or risking failure. I mean, it is possible I might fail this exam. I'm definitely not going to fail this exam. I'm studying my ass off. But since I've decided this, it's like I have like a new passion inside, and I've been getting up early and walking my dog and surfing and going to the gym and then making time for studying. And I just feel more congruent in my soul, more true to myself. I feel like there's a whole bunch of things in my life that I was procrastinating on as a result of procrastinating on this particular thing, this test, that I started procrastinating on all kinds of things. And I just feel like I lost a part of myself over the last year. And I guess what I'm trying to say is when you're depressed or when you have anxiety, I think it's important to ask yourself, like, what part of me am I denying? What part of me am I not allowing to come forth? What part of me am I missing? What part of me am I sacrificing? Because oftentimes, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's your relationship with a goal like mine, whether it's a job that you're in, those kinds of things can eat away at you if you're not being true to yourself and being authentic and living your true self. I mean, I'm not saying like quit your job and climb Mount Everest unless that's like your truth. You could do that if you want. I'm not very interested in that. I don't like mountains. I'm a beach person. But I think it's important to explore, like, what part of you are you denying? Like, if you're depressed, if you have anxiety, oftentimes it's a result of something we're not really looking at. Even if we're in a relationship that's not good for us, sometimes we don't want to look at that. We're not ready to look at that. Maybe we're not ready to leave. Maybe leaving would be really scary. Maybe it would impact our kids. Maybe it would impact our finances. Maybe we're just afraid we won't find another person. I often say, if thinking about leaving a relationship creates anxiety, don't look at leaving yet, but maybe just look at like what part of you gets repressed in this relationship and explore that. Doesn't even mean you have to do anything about it. Just start to take a look inside and find out the parts of yourself that you've pushed down and see what comes up. See if there's movement. See if there's change that can result. I know that when I look inside and look at the parts of me that I'm not allowing to be expressed, and just give attention to those parts, just giving attention to those parts of myself somehow allows them to manifest. Sometimes that just allows them to grow. It's kind of just happens. It's not even like anything you have to do. You don't have to force it. I'm not recommending forcing anything. Anyway, those are just some thoughts I had today after I saw a few clients, and I wanted to share that. I need to get going. It's getting late. There's some good surf tomorrow, 2 to 3 feet down here in Manhattan Beach, and I would like to go get some. So I got to get to bed early because I'm not really good at the dawn patrol of surfing. I don't like mornings, so I got to get to bed early so I can do that. Plus, I have to walk my dog and steady and go to work. Anyway, Michelle Fryback here, aka Surfshrink. I hope you tune in again because I'm going to get better at dropping in little tidbits of growth for you to think about. All right, have a great one. Talk to you soon. Bye.